Right now at 6, a local fair is still a hot ticket despite the extreme heat.
We're here earlier in the day, so before it's 100.
How organizers are trying to keep people cool.
Plus, police search for a man who allegedly exposed himself, then harassed a woman at a Northwest Portland gym.
He has my picture. He knows who I am. And God knows what he's planning.
And later, the health coverage that's saved lives now at risk with no plan to replace it.
There's 15,000 people now going to be looking for therapists.
Then teeing off to a dream come true.
Playing out here when I was 15 or 16 is definitely a little bit different than playing now.
The homecoming for a pro who was once one of the best junior golfers in state history.
We start with a live look outside from our Rose City Skycam as we reach the hottest part of the day on our third day of an extreme heat warning and our KGW weather impact alert.
So let's get right to live team coverage. Joe Ranieri live at the Clackamas County Fair where the summer scorcher is testing both people and animals. But first to Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino tracking relief that is finally in sight. Matt?
Yeah, it is coming down the road right now, as a matter of fact. It'll take a little time, but we're beginning to see the beginning of the cooling that we are all waiting for and have been waiting for a few days. The weather impact alert will continue. We'll keep it going until 10 o'clock tonight, but we're going to begin to cool off before that. Until then, though, it's still an uncomfortably hot evening outside, so be patient. It's coming. It'll definitely be cooler tomorrow. So let's check out the highs today. 99 the number for Scappoose, Portland, Hillsborough, and in McMinnville, and also down in Corvallis. They hit 99. It says 98, but they hit 99 there. I'm pointing that out because they've dropped 6 degrees in the last 2 hours, and here's the reason why. Northwest and westerly winds kicking on in, bringing that cooler ocean air into the valleys. We just now picked up that west wind at Salem at 14, a really good indication that the cooling has commenced. But it'll take a little time. It's still hot, like Hillsborough 98, King City 99, Sherwood's 98, 98 at Hag Lake, 98 in Troutdale and Portland. So yeah, I know we're still baking, but at least it's starting to go in the right direction. Look at this. McMinnville and Salem are 3 degrees cooler, 17 degrees cooler suddenly in Astoria compared to 24 hours ago, and that cooling will only increase as we go through the evening hours. So we've got relief on the way, but it was a hot night last night, our hottest of the year. We only dropped to 69, same as last year. That's cooler than the 2 years prior to that. And then in 2021, because of the heat dome, we had our warmest night ever when Portland never dropped below 75 degrees on the 28th of June. So at least we didn't do that, right? Up at Timberline, looks great. 76 degrees up there. They're feeling the cooling and the west winds that have kicked in. Now, Doppler radar, I'm tracking a few showers over in northeast Oregon. So far, nothing big there. The big story, of course, is the cooling winds that'll be reaching Portland within the next few hours, guys.
All right, Matt Zaffino there.
Joe Ranieri, forgot about that. Sorry, Joe. Down at the Clackamas County Fair, Joe, has it been cotton candy, elephant ears, maybe a slushie? You keeping cool down there?
I'm doing the best I can. That's what a lot of people are doing as they come out here to the Clackamas County Fair. Of course, this is the day one of it, and a lot of people have been looking for some shade. There's a lot of watering stations out here, but it's 100 degrees out this afternoon. And what kind of fair is a fair if you don't have a juggling unicycler like my buddy Mark does right now? Just as our first heat wave of the summer moves through, the Clackamas County Fair is kicking off too.
It's not too bad so far. We're here earlier in the day, so before it's 100.
As temperatures soared into the 90s for the third day in a row, many families came prepared for the heat.
Drinking as much water as we can, and the water station was key. But also they were just playing in bubbles. They had a great little bubble show over there, and then staying in the shade.
You walk all over the Clackamas County Fairgrounds and you'll see organizers prepared for the hot conditions.
Well, we have lots of shaded space. That's important. So in the heat, you want to make sure you're drinking lots of water. We've got hydration stations.
The CEO of the fair, Brian Crow, says they are offering free water to make sure everyone is safe from the heat. And while he can't offer an air-conditioned building, he can offer people the next best thing.
We've got swamp coolers in several of our buildings to keep them cool. We don't have any buildings that have air conditioning, so we use swamp coolers to keep them cool.
The first day of the fair might be a little unbearable for some, but the good news is much cooler conditions are on the way Wednesday, dropping down more than 10 degrees. but it's the later part of the week.
Yeah, the rain could be a potential problem, especially for our rodeo. Show's going to go on if we can put the show on.
That has Crow a little nervous about what could happen with one of the main attractions for a lot of people who come out here every year. Now, David and Christine, Crow's hoping the show can still go on later on this week with all that rain. But, you know, a lot of the attraction, of course, are the rides and the animals and the show and all the food. But you come down here, you can see my man Mark putting on his 80s comedy show on his unicycle. So if you've got nothing else to do, come down and check out Mark. Back to you guys.
Joe Ranieri in Canby, sounds like you need some soft serve and to jump on one of those rides back there. Get the wind blowing a little bit. Having fun. I know. We could watch this all evening. Unfortunately, other news. By the way, if you text the word heat to the number on your screen, 503-226-5088, we'll text you back with a link to info on cooling centers, splash pads, and other resources to help you get through the extreme heat.
Okay, now to developing news out of Southern California, where police have arrested the Longview man wanted in connection with a murder and attempted murder.
Well, this is video from our affiliate this afternoon as they flew over the area not far from downtown LA, where police say they arrested Alexander Rogers. Longview police say Rogers stabbed Don Peters to death and also tried to kill Andrew Peters. It was a week ago today at a home there. Rogers' arrest coming just hours after police found this car, a black spray-painted BMW, they say, in the LA area.
Now, just 10 months ago, Rogers was released from prison after serving more than 2 decades. Longview police say he was an acquaintance of the victims, but at this point, a motive remains unclear. We'll keep you updated if we learn more.
Well, to Northwest Portland now, where a woman says her gym workout turned into a terrifying experience when a man exposed himself, followed her around, and even threatened her.
Devin Haskins is here with us now. Devin, first off, how's she doing?
Yeah, she's a little scared, obviously, because police still have not caught him yet and doesn't feel safe while she continues to work out until he is caught. This happened last on Northwest North Run. Janella, who goes by G, says she was just starting her morning workout when a man approached her. She says he exposed himself to her and then threw water at her as she ran away. As she tried to find help from staff, she says he threatened to beat her up at one point. She says the man took off about 10 minutes before police showed up. G says that leaves her feeling unsafe, knowing the man still has her photo and hasn't been caught yet.
It makes me feel vulnerable. It makes me feel unsafe. He has my picture. He knows who I am. And God knows what he's planning. Because he said that he will be waiting for me outside. And I'm going outside because I'm still trying to make a normal living.
Portland police say the man could face misdemeanor assault and indecent exposure charges. They say he's a black man in his mid-20s, approximately 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, with a muscular build. Back to you.
Thanks, Devin. Appreciate your reporting there.
Now to North Portland, where this was the scene last night after investigators say a man was shot and killed at a motel.
I want to bring in Celine Stevens, who spoke with the manager and with neighbors. So, Celine, what are you hearing?
David, so Portland police responded to the Super Value Inn last night before 8 o'clock, originally responding to a call about a welfare check, but it was then that they found that man dead with gunshot wounds. Now today I spoke with neighbors and that motel manager who heard something going on and actually saw that body in the room.
There was a few people coming over saying that someone had died, someone had gotten shot.
Portland police say they found a man dead in this Super Value Inn located on Interstate Avenue in the Overlook neighborhood Monday night.
When officers entered the room, they found a male who was deceased from a gunshot wound. The suspect or suspects had fled the scene by the time our officers arrived.
It definitely doesn't make me feel secure.
The manager of the motel, who wished to remain anonymous, says he saw 2 people run out the room before he went upstairs to see what happened. That's when he saw a body. Neighbors I spoke with did not hear the gunshots, but say they could not miss the police presence.
I didn't hear anything, but I looked across the street and I noticed that there was the section of the parking lot from the motel. It was cordoned off.
We've never seen it taped off before like that, and the police officers blocking off the entrance and kind of they were preventing all entrance to the motel.
Lived here like 4 years, around this area like the past 4 years, and haven't had anything this extreme, but lately this last, I don't know, 6-ish months last year, it's just become like really frequent.
Despite this, homicide rates in Portland have dropped. And overall, data from the Major Cities Chiefs Association's mid-year violent crime report shows Portland recorded the steepest drop in violent crime among the 68 cities so far this year.
Monday evening's homicide is the 25th of 2025, and that compares to 44 at this time last year.
Those in the neighborhood still feeling optimistic despite recent crime in the area.
I still think, yeah, that definitely tracks where the activity has decreased, and I don't feel it's a dangerous city comparatively speaking.
I think we get such negative news all the time, so I think it's easy to feel like, oh my gosh, things are getting worse. But all in all, overall, I don't feel that much like endangered or anything like that.
Now, that suspect or suspects are currently still on the loose, but police did say there's currently no information that suggests the public is at any risk. It's currently not known if this was a random shooting or not. Back to you.
Celine Stevens reporting live from North Portland. Thank you, Celine.